Hello, friends. Welcome to day 9 of our 31-day Feel Good Yoga series. Today's practice is centered around balance, focus, and clarity within the mind and body. Let's begin today's practice in Sukhasana easy pose. Taking a moment to lengthen your spine and your neck, softening your upper limbs, releasing any tightness from around your hips or your legs, settling into stillness, settling into your inner state of peace and tranquility. Let us acknowledge this inner space of well-being with 3 nourishing breaths together. Inhale. And exhale. Twice more. On your next breath, let's extend both of our legs out in front, coming into staff pose, Dandasana. You might like to shake your legs out once or twice. From here, let's keep our right leg straight. Cross your left ankle atop of your right thigh. Interlace your fingers between each toe. And we'll begin to circle our ankle gently a few times in each direction. You can rest your left palm atop of your ankle for support. Beginning to gently mobilize the joints. Slow down your movements. Maybe you begin to point and flex your foot, your ankle with the support of your hand. Perhaps you shake out your left knee a few times. And we'll re-extend that leg. Let's go on the other side, bending your right knee, interlacing your fingers through your toes. And let's find some gentle movements as we warm up our ankle and our foot. You can point and flex your foot with the support of your hand. And then let's come into our butterfly flaps with our right knee beginning to engage the hip. And gently release, re-extend your leg. Point and flex your feet a few times, engaging your quadriceps, feeling the awareness throughout your legs and your feet. From here, bend your right knee, place your palms behind your thigh. On your inhalation, extend your knee. Exhale to bend. We'll do that again. Inhale to straighten, engage your thigh muscles. Exhale to bend and lower with control. And again, doing your best to keep a lengthened spine here. Shoulders are softened down away from your ears. On your next breath, guide your right foot to the outer side of your left leg, and let's come into a spinal twist. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we twist. Continue to hug your right thigh in towards your belly as you lengthen your spine. Gently release from the twist. Lengthen your right leg, bend your left knee. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhale, we engage the thigh. Exhale, release, and again. On your next breath, guide your left foot to the outer edge of your right thigh. Spinal twist. Seated half Lord of the Fishes. Notice where you feel this stretch. Gently release from your twist, and let's come onto all fours, tabletop asana. Let's find a few wrist stretches here, placing the back of your right hand on the mat. Return your palm to the earth, same with the left hand. Return through center. From here, palms on the earth, turn your fingertips towards your knees. And from this orientation, let's find our cat and cow. Notice the stretch for your forearms. If this feels like too much, know that you can always return to a traditional stance. One more round. Replace your hands. Maybe circle out each hand, each wrist once or twice, releasing any tension. And from here, tuck your toes under. Walk your hands out in front. Inhale, downward facing dog. Lift the pelvis. Straighten your legs. Maybe you decide to invite some movement into this posture, honoring what feels appropriate for you. Begin to notice the orientation of your body in space. Feel the connection and the solidity between your hands and your feet against the earth. Feel the length of your lower limbs, the length of your spine. Feel energy channeling upwards towards your tailbone, towards the tops of your legs and your glutes. Inhaling down dog. And on your exhalation, gently step up to the top of your mat, forward fold, bend your knees. Let's begin to gently rise up. On your inhalation, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, release the arms the length of the body. Coming into mountain pose. Finding a point of focus. Begin to stabilize your right leg. Join your palms at heart center. Let's cross our left ankle atop of our right thigh. Gently flexing your left foot. On your next exhalation, begin to bend your right knee as you shift your hips back. Keeping the spine lengthened, the chest is open. Stabilizing your right ankle. Notice the sensations and the opening for your left hip. One breath in pigeon pose. Inhale. And exhale. On your next breath, gently release. Relax your arms. Evenly distribute your weight across both feet. And on your next breath, join your palms together. Let's cross our right ankle atop of our left thigh. Inhale. Exhale to bend the knee, lower the hips. Tadha Kapotasana. With each exhalation, draw your lower abdominals in towards your spine, supporting you and protecting your lower back. One breath in, standing pigeon. Gently release from standing pigeon. Return to mountain pose. On your inhalation, join your palms together. Exhale, lift your left knee to hip height. Flex your foot. Inhale. On your exhalation, begin to hinge your torso forwards as you lengthen your left leg out behind you at hip height. Driving into the heel of your left foot and feeling that opposition as you reach the crown of your head forwards. Continue to angle your left hip bone down towards the earth. Find your focus. If you'd like to go deeper, you can extend your arms overhead, aligning your biceps with your ears. Feel the length of the back body, the stability of your right leg. With each exhalation, lift your lower abdomen up towards the spine. 2 mindful breaths here. On your next breath, gently release from Warrior 2. Returning your knee to hip height and lowering your foot to the earth, releasing your arms, Tadasana. Offer yourself a moment here. Begin to observe where you feel sensation. Perhaps you notice differing sensations between the left and right legs. Maybe you notice some heat within the body. Being curious, allowing yourself to witness what's happening for you in a space that is free from judgment. On your next inhalation, join your palms together. Exhale, bend your right knee to hip height. Find your balance. Inhale. Exhale, Virabhadrasana. Hinge the torso forwards. Lengthen your right leg out behind you. You're welcome to keep a soft bend in your left knee. If you prefer, you could always place your fingertips on the earth for a little bit more support. Breathe. Offer yourself one breath in this balancing posture. Inhale to lengthen. And on your exhalation, gently lift the torso, bend your right knee to hip height. And lower your foot down, release the arms, Tadasana. On your next inhalation, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Palms on the earth. Step back to plank pose, Valakasana. Connect with your core strength. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Lengthen your spine. Stretch your legs. Breathe. On your next inhalation, lift your right leg, three-legged dog. Engage your glutes. Notice the stretch for the back of your left leg. Inhale. Exhale, hug your knee in towards the chest. And gently step your foot down between your palms, keeping both legs active. Inhale, raise your torso and your arms, high crescent moon, Anjaneyasana. Exhale to soften your shoulders down away from your ears. On your inhalation, lengthen your spine and your arms. Exhale, palms at heart center. Shift your torso forwards. Transfer your weight into your right leg. Float your left leg up to hip height, warrior three. Continue to level your pelvis. Engage your core. Inhale. On your exhalation, begin to lift your torso, cross your left ankle atop of your right thigh, bend your right knee, Tadha Kapotasana. Lengthen your spine. Inhale. Exhale to stand and release, Tadasana. On your next inhalation, raise your arms overhead. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, palms on the earth, plank pose. Breathe. If you'd like a modification, know that you can always place your knees on the earth. Feel the long line of energy between the crown of your head and your heels. Feel the engagement of your thighs, your glutes, your lower core, and the stability of your shoulders, the fluidity of your breath. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, extend your left leg, three-legged dog, Ekapara Adho Mukha Svanasana. Continue to square your shoulders and your hips towards the earth. Inhale to lengthen your leg. Exhale, left knee to chest. And gently place your foot between your palms. Inhale to rise, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, maybe you sink your hips a little lower. Find that core awareness. Inhale. On your exhalation, join your palms at heart center. Hinge your torso forwards. Shift your weight into your left leg. Lift your right leg, Virabhadrasana. Gifting yourself a few moments to find your stability. Embrace the wobbles. Recognizing that balance is a dynamic practice. Allowing the breath to support you in cultivating balance and inner clarity. Inhale in your warrior. On your exhalation, begin to gently lift your torso and cross your right ankle atop of your left thigh. Gently bend your left knee, Tadha Kapotasana. Inhale. Exhale, maybe you sink a little deeper. Inhale here. Exhale to release, mountain pose. On your next inhalation, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. You might like to pedal out your legs here, swaying your hips from side to side, finding a nice release for the outer hips and the outer thighs. When you feel ready, go ahead and step your legs back, lower your knees down, child's pose, balasana. Return to stillness. On your next breath, walk your hands in towards your legs and begin to gently lift up one vertebra at a time. Maybe you take a few shoulder rolls. Let's shift forwards on our mat and we'll come to lie down on our backs. Keeping your knees bent, hug your right knee in towards the chest, palms behind your thigh. On your inhalation, lengthen your leg. Exhale to bend, and again. Inhale, we straighten. Exhale, we bend. Notice the opening for the back of your right leg. You can continue with this dynamic stretch, or on your next inhalation, keep your leg lifted, either bent or straight, and maybe you lower your right leg onto the mat. Allowing each exhalation to help you find greater softness and more spaciousness within this stretch and within the body. Inhale. On your exhalation, rebend your right knee. Open your right arm out to the side and guide your right leg to the left, spinal twist. Notice the stretch along the outer seam of your right leg. Guide each breath deep towards the lower belly and the pelvic bowl. Gently return through center. Hug your left knee in, lower your right foot onto the earth. Inhale to lengthen your leg. Exhale to bend, and again, twice more. On your next inhalation, let's keep our leg elevated, and maybe you lengthen your right leg. See if you can invite a bit of softness into the upper limbs, releasing the shoulders and the chest. Relax your face. Inhale. Exhale, gently rebend your left knee, open your left arm out to the side and use your right hand to guide your left leg across the body. Supta Ardha Matsyendrasana, supine Lord of the Fishes. Inhale. And on your exhalation, gently release. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Let's find our happy baby Ananda Balasana. Knees towards armpits. Gently clasp the outer seams of your feet, your ankles, or your big toes. Begin to gently press your heels towards the sky as you lower your knees to the earth. If you like, you can play around with straightening one leg at a time. Maybe you use the breath to support you with these transitions. If you like, you can straighten both legs together or keep them bent. When you're ready, gently hug both knees in towards the chest and work your way into a comfortable seated position. Lengthen your spine, close your eyes, and release your arms. Let us remember that the balance, the focus, and the trust that we cultivated in today's practice can be accessed at any moment throughout the course of our day. This inner focus and well-being is always accessible, and it is only ever as far as the next breath away. On your next inhalation, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, palms at your heart as a gesture of loving gratitude for your practice. Let us round off this practice together with the mantra Om. Inhale. Om. Namaste. Thank you, friends, for joining us for day 9 of this 31-day Feel Good Yoga series. I hope you are feeling focused and in a state of inner harmony and balance. If you've been with us since day 1, or maybe you've just started a few days ago, leave a comment down below, #lovingmovement, so that we know that we're in this together. I'll see you on the mat tomorrow for day 10.